Hello, Professor Busto. Thank you for all the knowledge, challenges, and feedback for the course. I enjoyed the stories, especially those ones related to real-life fraud. During the period of this course, I've learned about the fraud triangle, fraud prevention, fraud detection, and fraud investigation. One of the things I've learned was the fraud triangle. Any one of us can commit crime, a fraud crime. For this, we need a perceived pressure, perceived opportunity, and rationalization. The perceived pressure might be financial needs or other needs. Perceived opportunity is the belief that we can conceal or we can hide the fraud, and rationalization is there are these actions that are considered acceptable. Next, it's really important to prevent fraud. To keep fraud from happening, we need to create a culture of honesty, openness, and assistance with the tone at the top, with hiring the right kind of employees, communicating the expectancy of honesty, creating a positive work environment, create a proper punishment for fraud, also eliminate opportunities for fraud to occur through segregation of duties, through control. It's really important to catch the fraud early, as there is no such thing as small fraud. It all starts really small, but fraudsters get more confident with time, and the amounts grow larger and larger. So we need to identify the red flags, the fraud symptoms. They can be by chance, by providing ways for people to report, like whistleblowing, and also by proactively examining transaction records and documents, like look for analytical symptoms, accounting and documentary symptoms, control symptoms, behavioral symptoms, and verbal symptoms, lifestyle symptoms, tips and complaints. If the predication exists, then a fraud investigation will begin. Fraud investigators must exercise this extreme care in how investigations are conducted, as often the people that commit fraud are first-time offenders, and you can't predict how they will behave after learning that they are discovered, as some of them have committed suicide in the past. Approaches to fraud investigations are testimonial evidence through interviewing and interrogation, documentary evidence, analyzing financial statements, computer searches, data mining, document examination, net worth calculations, physical evidence, personal evidence. This is usually how the interviewer sees, feels, and hears, through invigilations, surveillance, and covert operations. So, in today's world, to be a fraud examiner, one must possess analytical skills, great communication skills, technological skills, understand accounting, understand business, have knowledge of civil and criminal laws, be knowledgeable of all legal fraud-related issues, and be also a psychologist. So it's a very challenging career pathway. I also believe this course teaches you not only how to prevent, detect, and investigate fraud, but it also teaches you about ethics, ethics in the workplace, and ethics in general through life. We learned this through the testimonials of people who committed fraud in the past. They all ended up regretting what they've done, and they felt ashamed. Most of them were relieved when they were discovered. And they were relieved because it ended, because they couldn't keep the burden of guilt any longer. Thank you, and looking forward for the next course.